Whew. Hello everyone, welcome to another special Transfer Talk episode. It's one of those weekly bulletins we tend to do. Which way is it? Right, this way. There we go. So you don't get blinded by my light bulb. Nice to have you all here, and thought we'd do on this evening another quick one, seeming as people like these shows, to more or less drool over the recent news of United's transfer dealings. It's been quite the week since obviously the announcement of Sancho being confirmed. He's yet to be officially announced, but it's really academic now. We're no more than just a tweet away from those at Old Trafford from announcing him. So the sooner the better, please. We'll talk about Varane tonight. We'll talk about Trippier. We'll also speak about, I don't know, it's a bit of a wayward one, but Di Lorenzo in this 15 minutes, and also those are coming in. Those going out, we'll have a look at Lingard, Pogba, Diogo Dalot again, and also probably talk a little quickie on the French league and the situation over there regarding its TV deal, which may help United in bringing in Eduardo Camavinga. But let's get into it. No more time to waste. If you like this little thing we're doing, please hit the like button on YouTube and subscribe if you've got more of this wonderful content. I, for one, really enjoy doing these and I'm looking forward to doing more of them. So let's get right into it. We'll start with Varane. Today's been a very, literally on the front foot kind of news day, and it's pretty exciting to see that we are currently in talks with Varane on probably getting a contract signed with him. So according to Mohamed Bouhassi today, they are almost, and I quote, almost securing a deal for the French World Cup centre-back. He's set to sign a deal which is in the region of 12 million a year over a 4-year period, possibly actually if needed, and will take over, or looks like he will be playing at centre-back, unless he's a striker, which I think he is. He's good in the air as well. But no, he'll be a very big signing for Manchester United. The only caveat being now is that Real Madrid, it does look clear that Varane has made it obvious he no longer wants to be in Madrid and is seeking a new challenge, hence the interest from United, who obviously have to act swiftly at a stage of the window where a talent as prestigious as him in his position, they don't come few and far between. At the price that's being touted, in between 40 to 60 million, it's a fantastic deal. Really exciting to find out whether he will be coming to Old Trafford or not. Obviously, United are very cautious history with the Sergio Ramos deal and all of those, old anomalies when it came to the Spaniard teasing about United initially before getting a bumper new contract, which in the end helped Real Madrid win 3 Champions Leagues. But in any case, I feel we have this one all but sewn up in the sense that we've got the contract sorted. It's a lot more advanced than it's probably being touted, according to a lot of reporters and outlets in Europe, and in particular Spain. A lot of sources in Real Madrid who more or less are swarming around the club whenever big news comes out, this being the biggest news of them all. I mean, for Real Madrid fans, I'm sure this is a massive loss for them, losing one of their 2 best centre-halves now, moving on to pastures new with Ramos going to Paris Saint-Germain and Varane on the verge of joining Manchester United. So it'll be tricky for them at the back. Nacho Fernandez, Eder Militao, I believe David Alaba will be there too. They've really got 3 top-class centre-halves and a couple that I'm sure will be coming through the academy. But it will be very exciting to see how they fare. And we'll have a closer look at them when they get into the league season. But for United, though, it's a big signing. This is huge on a big scale. And I hope that this encourages more players to start looking at Old Trafford and thinking that Ollie's building something, and they hope that he can probably be the man to get the best out of them. Who knows? It could be even more than you think. I for one am very excited about the possibility of him joining the club. So hit the like button if you're excited for Varane. Here's another update regarding that. Real Madrid cannot afford to let Rafael Varane go for free and are trying to sell him to Manchester United this summer. Having seen I pay 73 million for Jadon Sancho, Madrid are hopeful there's a willingness to pay a sizable fee for Varane too. That's according to the Daily Mail. And yeah, it's more or less along those lines where United now really have to just go and get this done. I think Madrid are clearly willing to listen to offers. They're desperate for money. They're cash strapped. They need anything that comes in now to help them help refurbish the stadium at the Santiago Bernabeu. It looks like they'll be playing at Valdebebas again this season for a little bit before they finish. Rumors are they're playing at Wanda Metropolitano too. So everything links to this, to money. They need this deal done. If Varane's leaving, and it's clear that he is, if United just stump up the cash there and then Madrid accept it, we'll see what happens. But who knows? I think we're in the money for that one. Another which is I feel a prospect and could be one that drags on for a little while, is Eduardo Camavinga. Now, I talked earlier on the start of the show about the Ligue 1 TV situation, where the French league currently has no bit of a problem with his TV deal. At the moment, there are, if I'm not wrong, there's a dispute between Canal Plus and beIN, who are sharing the rights to French football originally, and the new owners Amazon Prime with the French league for I think just giving out the rights at the worst possible time, because the original broadcasters Media Pro, who had Canal Plus on their side and all that, obviously didn't spent too much money on the French league and obviously lost all of it really quickly, trying to encourage subscribers to come in. He needed about 2-3 million people to be subscribed, and it squashed all the plans very quickly. So many clubs are now offloading players to try and offset that issue, and also encourage clubs from outside of France to bring their money there so that they can take some of the talent that they have. For example, Boubacar Samari's moved to Leicester this summer, and I believe, if I'm not wrong, Eduardo Camavinga is a huge target. There's a number of good talents in France. I think Jeremy Doku's being one as well. Impressed for Belgium against Italy in the Euros. Those are players I think that will be on the key on the target list of many a club. Camavinga being a central figure of that. Obviously, Manchester United is still in somewhat what feels like now the early stages of this transfer, because it looked earlier on that United were advancing immediately to get Camavinga, when actually it did look like it's a little bit less than it seems. They are only talking to his representatives, more or less getting an idea of what his situation is. He has a year left on his contract and has refused to sign a new one at Stade Rennais. And it looks like the French team are in a bit of a pickle. They obviously need the money. They have a wealthy owner, yes, but even he can't keep paying as much and without having to worry about his own backside. So there is a willingness, obviously, for Rennes to do a deal as long as it's within 30 or so million pounds. We will have to see if there's a case for that to happen. It'll be a lot of excitement, I'm sure, if Camavinga does join United. But at the moment, this deal looks to be, dragging on a little bit. We'll see if it progresses any further very soon. Third is Kieran Trippier. Now, Trippier has been obviously a long time United target ever since it was made abundantly clear that there was a case for a better, not say a better, but a right back to challenge Aaron Wan-Bissaka on a weekly basis. Obviously, you've seen the impact it's done to Luke Shaw when Alex Telles comes in. Telles comes in, and the pressure on Luke Shaw is instantly increased, and he's now had an incredible season, probably the best one he's had so far, not just in a United shirt, but in an English shirt, scoring in the European Championship final, for goodness sake. That on its own is remarkable, so he deserves that, right? And for me, he's one of the best left backs in the world right now, if not the best, if there's none better than him at the moment. Alfonso Davies can be CC'd here. But it looks like United are now going to try and work that right-hand side a lot more. Obviously, signing Sancho, he's all but announced, as I mentioned. It just needs to actually see him in the United kit. They've filmed the medicals and all that this week. So now they want to strengthen that side even further with Kieran Trippier. Atletico Madrid, though, are a little bit stubborn, if I'm honest. They're not looking to let him go. So Kieran Trippier has recently been reported, according to the Telegraph, to be pushing for the move to Manchester United. According to James Ducker, who said this yesterday, there is a lot of push coming from Trippier's end of the deal to sort this out quickly, because he's already arranging for family arrangements for his kids and his wife as well to live in Manchester again. He's a Bury boy. He's known to be a boyhood United fan. yes, he's 30, but that doesn't take away the fact he's sound. He's a wonderful fullback. He set up like Luke Shaw scored. So if you see them two playing with each other next season, who knows what magic they can create for Man United. But he's an experience. He's now got great experience at Premier League level. He's played in La Liga where he's owned his craft as a defensive player, as well as the fact he's used his attacking traits to his advantage. The guy's got a good amount of experience in Europe and in the Premier League. So if anything, a Premier League player at Old Trafford, a proven player at Old Trafford like him, nowadays would go for 80 to 90 million pounds with the Premier League tax. This, however, is for me a sound deal. I think if we get this done, it'll be a big deal. But Atletico, as I said, they're very stubborn and are going through, I think, a bit of a cull. Saul Niguez is probably being swapped with Antoine Griezmann at Barcelona. Possibly they're not looking too keen on letting another one of their players go. We just brought in Rodrigo de Paul, who's about £35 million. They may be looking to make some cash. So Trippier is a possibility joining Spain United, but he's making all the plans to get his family back to the UK safe and sound. I don't see why this shouldn't be further ahead already, but it is obviously an unwillingness initially on Atletico Madrid's end. So dealing with Spanish clubs isn't so easy. So yeah, those are the three main entrants at the moment. Varane being the dominant news story. In terms of the outs, we really have just Diogo Dalot being a concrete news story at the moment, where AC Milan are yet to make any further advancements for the Portuguese fullback. He's obviously he's on holiday at the moment, having played at the Euros, but he will return to training in the next week or so and probably talk to Solskjaer there and then to determine whether there is an option for him to return to AC Milan. But according to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United still not accepted AC Milan's loan with the option to buy a proposal for loan to buy option for Diogo Dalot. It looks like United are probably holding up for a permanent deal rather than just a loan deal, which they have to wait a whole year for before the club actually stump up the cash. So it makes a bit of sense on our side not to advance with the proposal from Milan. Rather, you pay for him now, otherwise you don't get him back. So they have obviously been looking at other targets. Sticking to the right-back situation, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, I was talking about him at the start. There was a newspaper link with him the other day after the European Championship final, which linked him to United, but a complete roller dash for me, and he's only just gone and signed a new contract at Napoli anyway. So there was never anything in it. I think really just it is at the moment the two main fullbacks really are Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is going to be that now. He's going to start whether no matter what, unless unfit or injured. Then you see Diogo Dalot coming in. Both offer different styles of play, but with Sancho in the team now, it's a very different proposition down the right-hand side, where before it was a worry of sorts, where if you have Wan-Bissaka going up the field to help Greenwood out, there was always a big gap on the right-hand side, for the left-hand side of an opponent's attack to exploit. So United now probably feel a little bit more secure at the back with the addition of Sancho, as well as Wan-Bissaka probably sitting a bit more than he would normally be at the moment. Paul Pogba, it's still very quiet on the Pogba front, but there is obviously, hope that United can coax him into signing a new deal. Could this Varane and Camavinga news be of an advantage to United, bringing it to his French national teammates to maybe coax him into staying? Who knows? If it does, if they pull off these two deals, this could be a sign for things to come. But again, I wouldn't hold my breath on Paul Pogba. You don't know if he's going to be ensuring he'll be staying at Old Trafford or not in beyond August the 31st. There aren't any guarantees. But even still, he's got a year left. Like most will be constantly focused on a year left on his contract. So the sooner they sort this out, the better. And I hope that we get a clear indication when he will sign a new deal or decide to move on at the end of this coming season. But I'm sure there's a lot of back and forth going on right now between Mino Raiola, Manchester United, and Paul Pogba. But this will drag. This will drag on and on and on. And finally, Jesse Lingard, he's obviously been left out of on the Man United website. When you're buying shirts, obviously, the new kits obviously come out today. It's a nice kit. I don't mind it. but obviously I'm not buying one until it's the right thing, until it's the right time for it. And normally I wait till they discount in price like 50%. It tends to be 30 quid after 3 or 4 months in the season in some cases. But yeah, Jesse Lingard's printing option. Now, normally you get on the mainline site, go into the shop, you want to choose a kit. You also want to put a name and a number on the back of it. Now, this year, on the back of the shirts, you have majority of players. You have De Gea's, you have your Maguire's, Fernandez, Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial. This is endless. There is no Jesse Lingard. Now, at the moment, he's still on his having his time off, but he should very shortly be returning to pre-season training, of which he will talk to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer about the prospects for the next few weeks and whether he will be returning to West Ham for the upcoming season. Obviously, he had a very good season at West Ham on loan after joining them in January, but scored 10 plus goals, helped them qualify for the Europa League, almost squeezing into the Champions League spots at the very end. But it looks like that David Moyes is very keen to have him back, as he's seen an advantage of having him in the team. He has partnered well with Declan Rice and along with a number of other players in the squad as well. He's playing I wouldn't say he's playing at his level. I think he's good enough to be a Man United player, but he's definitely out of favour with the likes of Fernandez and Van der Beek now being the two main number 10s in the team when asked upon. So it's a hard call. It's a harsh call as well for Jesse because he's a local lad. He's been ingrained through the academy, but he's not prone to moving around. So I'm hoping that if he wants to make a decision, if he wants to play football more, Ollie will respect that and give him what he wishes. If he wants to take him back, if he can go to West Ham, I think United would be better off letting him go there because that's where he'll be happiest and that's where he'll be able to flourish at the best. If not, abroad, I think chances are he'll have a better success outside of the UK, in America maybe, even in, I don't know, somewhere warm. He likes warm countries. He likes having, spending time outside. And for a player of his caliber who can still hack it in the England team, I think if you give him a competitive league to play in and make him one of the top players in a side, he will definitely get in that England team again. Because that's what a lot of us were calling for before the Euros. Ultimately, we can't really, say more than that now, but credit where credit's due, he's earned his stripes there. And that's pretty much the catch of it for now. I don't have much more in the case of news for Rafael Varane, other than obviously what I've just told you regarding Real Madrid's stance on the matter. They are happy to let him go. Obviously, he's made it clear he's leaving, and there was no talks with Carlo Ancelotti. So that's the big news of the day. Rafael Varane is in advanced negotiations with Manchester United. They are almost there in terms of a contract. It is going to be a £12 million a year contract, including obviously a 4-year deal, including obviously bonuses and all that add-ons, which will hopefully increase the fee that Real Madrid are asking for. There is hope. I think there's a lot of us that are excited about this transfer because we're bringing in a world-class centre half to compete with the likes of Ruben Diaz and Virgil van Dijk with our rivals, in particular in the top 4. Hopefully, he brings with that the experience of being a Champions League winner 4 times. Flipping out, 4 times Champions League winner. We've only won the competition. He's won it more than us. Our club's only got 3. He's got 4. Incredible, man. He's got great success, a fantastic experience, and we're getting him at the prime of his career. Yes, he didn't have the best of Euros, but I feel we're still, him and Maguire next season, it's going to be a fantastic back duo in the middle, and the back 4 and whoever's in goal between Henderson and De Gea, because that's an ultra competitive area, and even there are some issues there too. There's going to be lots of competition in that team next season, but I think that back 4, if Varane comes in, is going to be really, really solid, and I wouldn't rule it out at all. So Varane is close. I'm hoping the next time we'll be live, which is on Sunday, actually. Myself, Robbie, and I hope we can get the United link on Akash to join us on Sunday so we can cover more on the news that's come out this week regarding the likes of Varane and Pogba and others who've been linked to Man United, and those coming in and going out. So much is going on. We're excited here on the United on Trafford Talk to cover more Man United news. And with the Euros over now, pre-season starts on Sunday, so we're not going to do too many post-match stuff, but we are going to talk about the games when they later on after they happen, and as like conversations, like waffles, I like to call them. Me and Alexi did a couple of those over the summer so far, so we're going to do another waffle. I hope when Alexi stopped hiding in his cave. I'm sure still sobering after last Sunday. But yeah, well, I'll be back on Sunday. Another transfer talk, a big episode because we're going to cover more with Robbie, and I hope if we can get Akash of the United link hole, it'll be fantastic. We'll also obviously have, as I mentioned, the pre-season review. Just have a look at the game against Derby, how United will fare against Wayne Rooney's side on Sunday. And finally, as always, more features coming. We're hoping to get more big guests on our Transfer Talk shows. So it's not just obviously Akash alone. We've been hoping to get a couple of peeps who are, well-respected journalists in the field of transfer news that will be joining us very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled on our Twitter feed at Trafford Talk for more. Enough from me. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope to see you again very, very soon. But as always, keep it locked here on Trafford Talk for more, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, have a good weekend, and good night. Can't think of much more than that. Brad is coming. Crikey, he could be coming.